welcome everyone. I'm going to talk really, really loud because our microphones are what they are, not working. And so welcome everyone to our Monday, August the 10th, 2026 Business Board meeting. Call the meeting to order and welcome our treasurer, Lena Fairchild, to call the roll, please.
Mrs. Baker?
Here.
Mr. Moore?
Here.
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter?
Here.
Mrs. Schreiber?
Here.
Dr. Urso?
I'm here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved.
In a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any questions? You're good? You're good. Your child, whatever. You're fine. Give me that equal eye.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to do this by hand and then I'll go back and put it in so we are efficient. Okay. So who was the first? I apologize.
Was it you, Tara?
Yes.
Tara, and then Anita was the second.
Okay. Mrs. Ramsey Hunter?
Yes.
Mrs. Schreiber?
Yes.
Mrs. Baker?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Dr. Urso?
Yes. Does not appear to have any participation from the public tonight, but I do want to just welcome. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You're over
We
there?
do. I
Wow.
apologize. That I didn't tell you.
See? So is it you, Miss? All right, Corey. Keep roll on it.
I think I passed it out. It threw me because the laptop's not working.
Oh, that's fine.
Hey, you know, it's great when it works.
That's the only one we have.
Hello, the school board members, as well as our new superintendent, Mr. Elzar, Ms. Fairchild, and Longworth out there, new cabinet members. I am Cora Thompson from Middletown Teachers Association, and we just want to welcome everybody back to this wonderful school year that we're going to have, and you all to your very first official board meeting. So, again, I'm Cora Thompson, but I wanted you all to meet our officers from MTA. So,
I'm Crystal Aldridge, kindergarten teacher at Rosa Parks, and I'm the first vice president.
I'm Jillian Mazan, and I'm middle school, 7th grade, and I am the secretary.
I'm Zach Banks, and I do kindergarten through 2nd grade at Rosa Parks in special ed. And I'm the treasurer of the party.
and we are missing Deb Smith and Creekview teacher leader. So, anyway, we just wanted to say welcome. That was it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
I just wanted to say a couple things also. It's the beginning of the year, and it's an exciting night. New superintendent, convocation this morning, a lot of energy in the room, new treasurer, a new year. And I mean, every time we open up those doors, it's an opportunity to do great things. And I notice on all of our documents, it says inspire, unite, and transform. And sometimes those words are just words on paper. It's an opportunity to really breathe life into what those words mean, to inspire folks this morning. It's to get people amped up, excited about the work they do. And we at this table have an opportunity, and our teachers, they have an opportunity, and our kids have an opportunity to invest in that idea, to unite. I mean, middies unite, and to get along with folks, to raise each other up, not to be contentious. And I know, again, words on paper are just words on paper until they become action. And so I look at this year as an opportunity to inspire, unite, and it opens the door to transform folks. You made a choice. We made a choice to do this type of work. And you want to look back on your career and understand it was the work that really you were meant to do. And so I'm really excited to sit next to both of you. And I'm really excited to sit with each of you because we have a great responsibility to do great work in Middletown. It's the community that needs folks working in these kinds of ways. And so welcome. Really excited to have you. And again, speaking for me, if anyone else wants to chime in, welcome to, or we can fire up the consent agenda. I know you guys are all waiting for it. We good? All right. Well, consent agenda, is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. All right, it's customary to kind of roll through some of the items on the consent agenda, some of the high level, give an overview of it before approval. Is there anything of note that, as I look through here, we have a couple traditional contracts. Anything either of you would like to highlight for us prior to voting?
I will say, first of all, thank you. I'm excited about my first meeting. This morning I thought went well. Really, I just want folks to understand expectations of all of us, and I will lead that way. The superintendent is to do things the right way, is to talk to people right and treat people right. As I met with some of our administrators and seen teachers as I'm going around the district, and I have, I think, I have been very busy week meeting with principals this week, and assistant principals, just have some questions for them. I want to hear what they have to say as well. I want them to feel comfortable in our conversations, but also I want them to make sure they understand that the cabinet is important too when they have situations, to make sure they talk to that department. Because I'm gonna have to go talk to them anyways, and sometimes I have to get the clarificationals and things. So just very, very exciting this morning. I went home for about an hour, and my wife said, "How'd it go?" And I said, "I think it went okay. But I just got to talk to numerous people, and the positivity right now and the excitement that I have, I want to just let that permeate out there. So when you see me, regardless, I'm usually a pretty happy guy. I try to do things the right way. We're going to disagree, but we need to be able to have conversations and not be disagreeable. And that's how I've always lived. As I talked this morning about my grandfather, he taught me that, and that's what you're going to get from me. So very excited about doing the work.
I did want to make, and I echo Mr. Card's words of encouragement and the things we even discussed this morning in the opening convocation. I am excited to be here. I think great things are ahead for Middletown, and it's exciting to just be a part of it. So I look forward to what's to come. One thing that I wanted to briefly review for the board was our financial forecast that will be submitted in August. Okay, this is the consent agenda, right? I'm still remembering.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to hit some highlights. You guys got the full forecast in the notes. Some things that we're looking at moving forward. This is the first real August forecast that we've done. Last year they gave us an extension until I believe October. It's typically done in November, which is for us in the school world a little more understandable because we have more information to work from in November than we do right now. So we will be doing an update in October, November. I don't know that we'll actually submit it to ODE, but we certainly will do it for the board because it's such an important document to make decisions from and to look forward to. The second part of, so the forecast comes to you in two parts. The first part's in August, and then we will do the update in February. Again, we will do the required update, but we'll probably do another one again in May, just so we're ready for the school year. By May, we're closing up the school year. We know who's retiring, resigning, moving on, with salaries and benefits being our biggest driver for expenses. That's an important expense not to get correct in that February. And by February, we really don't know what the school district, what it's going to look like next year. We haven't, principals haven't had time to do a program of studies. They haven't had time to do courses. We don't know what we're offering. We don't know what we're adding. We don't know what we're shifting and moving. So we're going to try to do things a little differently than the state requires, just to make sure you guys have the tools you need to make good decisions. So moving into the forecast, what we're seeing a little different than we have before Middletown really is our revenue. We've always been at the 20-mil floor. This last tax reform pulled us off the floor. So what does that mean? That means that as our property taxes through valuation, which there is a valuation coming out, I've heard numbers around 40%. It's really not going to have any impact, not for the school district, not for the homeowner, because we're not at the 20 mil floor, so House Bill 920 kind of goes into effect and it will reduce those taxes. So that's a good thing for our residents, but for the school district where we've seen growth in the past, it's flatlining. So that's one challenge we have to be moving forward. As you can see in the forecast, for the next couple years, we're still kind of staying afloat, and then we drop off fast. The second half of our revenue comes from the state, and that's a whole story on of itself. With the current, this forecast includes what's currently in law, which is the Fair School Funding Plan. We don't know what's gonna happen with the new administration, for this year. It is a biennial budget year, coming into June. We're always working ahead, so for me, I've been in fiscal year 27 for quite a while, even though it's still 2026. But in June of 27, there'll be a new budget for the state, and there'll be, it's hard to tell what we're gonna get. What we forecast what we know, which is the Fair School Funding Plan. The state has not updated that formula from the side of cost per student. They update our values, but they don't update that other half of the formula. And when that happens, what it does is it actually overinflates the school district's, what I'm gonna call wealth, and it actually reduces the state's liability for paying schools. So at the same time, we have our flatlining local taxes. We also have state revenues, which are decreasing, because our state share is decreasing. I believe last year we were 60-40. We're slowly getting to 50-50, and we will continue to go down. Which means that we have a revenue issue that we really need to take a look at. So Mr. Part and I will be continuing to update you on what we're doing and trying to provide just input to things maybe we can do better on the expense side, alternate revenues, anything that we might be able to do to kind of combat that and slow that deficit down, so we can continue to offer the programs and the things that we have come to cherish here at Middletown. So I just wanted to point that out. I didn't want to have you guys approve it, not have a little bit of discussion. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to take those. Other than that.
Any other items within the consent agenda? Those are the other contracts.
Ms. Longworth's got a lot on there.
Yeah.
Bring her in and she put all these contracts. No, they're just rollovers, a lot of, for student placement and things of that nature. We do have job description, that's just a title change for Ms. Maggie, who I'm finding out works really, really hard and does a really good job. So I want to give her some flowers there. We spent a lot of time together this summer going and doing things. And I was running home for 45 minutes and she was in there grinding. So that's a good thing about moving to Middletown. I can run home for 45 minutes. Told my wife thank you when I got home. Most of that stuff is just carry over for students that are placed out. I will say this, Ms. Longworth, I looked on her board today. One of the things she's looking at is people placed out and seeing if there's anything we can do, make sure kids are getting what they need. So she's got a lot going on. Me and her have had some conversations. She had a lot on her board she wants to get done. We're trying to take things initially that we can tackle, and then we'll continue to dig in and do some other things. But you can't do everything at once. But we want to handle some things, and then we'll move forward as the year goes on. So what I will say too, I found out that cabinet were very hard workers. I'm very excited. You never know when you go to different jobs. I didn't know Ms. Fairchild. I knew Ms. Longworth, but I knew the other cabinet members, but I didn't know. I knew who they were. And what I'm finding out is they want what's best for kids, and that's all I want. Hard workers that are best for kids, and to keep me straight too. That's sometimes can be difficult, so they're doing a good job of that. So I just want to say that, give them little flowers here while we're talking about Ms. Longworth. Give the other one some as well.
If there are no other questions regarding the consent agenda, are we ready to vote?
I have one question on the personnel agenda. Under classified personnel, item C, Are these people substitutes, or are they permanent subs, or what is that?
I believe they're long-term subs, so probably somebody is out for whatever reason, for an amount of time, so they will be filling in for them during what time they're out.
Okay.
Any other questions?
May I ask a question? Mr. Ramsey, Hunter, were you the one that made the motion, or did Ms. Schreiber motion?
Ms.
The initial motion?
Ms. Schreiber and
Okay. I had Mr. Moore, and I couldn't tell if he was, so I apologize. Okay, I'm ready now. Okay. Mrs. Schreiber?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter?
yes.
Mrs. Baker?
Yes.
Dr. Russo?
Yes. Under finance, we have the 5-year forecast. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
In a second? All right. We'll hold tight for a second.
I thought that was in the, I apologize. I thought
That's
that was in
fine.
the consent agenda.
You're doing better than I was.
That's right.
Immediately.
So who was first?
Tara.
Tara?
Okay. And second?
Who was,
Julie.
Okay, very good. Are we ready?
Are there any questions regarding the 5-year forecast? I know Mr. Bertram used software. Will you continue to use that same software to help in forecasting?
Yes, so, I do, we have contracted with the company that he used. There are a couple companies in the state that work with schools. So I potentially will change companies, but we'll still have a consultant that will work with us. Consultants usually are very, very helpful when it comes to the taxes and to the state share. Modeling those, it's hard and it's very complicated, so they do a good job of working with county auditors, to get all of the tax information as accurate as possible, because that's most of our revenue, so.
And then, I guess in line in some way, you mentioned, and yeah, two competing forces, lower revenue and lower share from the state. If you're gonna timeline out, in regards to looking at the 5-year forecast, this year, next year, we're still, looking okay. Year 3, 4, 5, it starts to shift. As you kind of plan, what kind of timeline are we looking at in terms of making some decisions that might be attentive to year 3, 4, 5?
I think by the end of this school year, we're gonna know what we can affect, and then what the state revenue is gonna look like. And I think that's gonna be key. I don't think tax reform is going to go anywhere. One positive is the Butler County Commissioners did not add, the homestead as they did last year, which was a big loss to us in this collection year. So we won't have that moving forward, so that was a positive, it changed our forecast, positively. So we'll know some more. The other thing that we've had for this year, and that's why I say, I think by the end of this year, we'll be able to really start kind of whittling down, what are we gonna do moving forward? Is honestly, the county auditors did not know how to roll out the tax reform. There wasn't a whole lot of information given from the legislation, and they had to get together and come up with some kind of unified way they were gonna do things, because it wasn't spelled out very clearly in law. Now that they've done that, it did change, forecasts for people, because some of the losses weren't as severe as first anticipated. Some were more severe than anticipated, but now at least there's a formula to go by, when they're calculating those changes. So that's one thing that I think was huge. I think we're really gonna need to know what the state's gonna do. I think November will tell us a lot, and then I think in June when they start, they'll start on the state budget probably in April, February, they'll start fast, and the writing will be on the wall what's gonna happen next.
So when you say November, the election for governor?
Yes, will
Yeah.
be a huge,
Yeah, two different perspectives of public education.
absolutely, yeah, and that's, I think without those answers, it would be hard to start really making plans, because that could be a swing one way or the other, or it can be completely unchanged, and, we have 4 years of the same, so.
Appreciate that, thank you. Other questions? All right, I think we're ready to go.
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter?
Yes.
Mrs. Baker?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Schreiber?
Yes.
Dr. Russo?
Yes.
Same.
All right, under business, there is a Butler County ESC preschool services contract. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
In a second?
Second.
Thank you.
I'm giving up on this. I keep following the agenda.
Oh, I know, and again,
See,
I'm
I'm
used-
like, ah. I love it.
No, you're, yeah, that's fine.
I think I might have changed. There's one in this one's for the preschool, correct?
Yeah, it's for the contract with Butler County ESC. And I know within agenda set, we pulled this from the consent agenda just because the dollar amount is a significant outlay of capital. And the services, I mean, preschool is critical for our kids, and so to better understand that contract, how it's changed, and what kind of services that we're gonna receive through it. And so, yeah, questions from my colleagues regarding the preschool contract? Or, I mean, again, you're welcome to go.
I'll go real quick and I'll let her go. As you know, she gave you a sheet with cost and numbers and things of that nature. So a lot of that cost is going with some staffing. If you, you don't have it in front of you, but if you have the attachment is there. You can see a lot of staffing, psychologists, and things, and their teachers and everything there. I think there has been a big jump in cost from last year to this year. And I don't want to steal her thunder, but we talked today a little bit. We're going to review that and look at it and just see. I mean, it's here for this year, and we need to move on since we're ready to start school. But I think we want to just dig in and see if there's other ways or better ways to do our preschool. It is important. It's the building blocks of our students. But just know that we met today just to try to see, break it down, see what's there, and then see if there's something we can do to, as costs become an issue over the forecast possibly, we want to make sure we're getting the best bang for our buck in everything we do. But this is the one we're talking about now, so.
So that's what Dr. Russo had asked a couple questions about this contract. So Mr. Hart and I tried to dig in a little bit at a high level just to be like, okay, what have we paid in the past? So before you, what you see is just fiscal year 25-26, and then what we anticipate for this year. We don't have enrollment numbers for this year, but I can safely say it's going to be in that 225 range, give or take a few students. It seems like even prior to fiscal year 25, that's kind of where we were with numbers, so that should remain about the same. It is a significant increase. Obviously, we need preschool this year, but given some more time, I'd like to find out what those increases, extrapolate out to, like, what is it that we're getting extra for those funds. And then also certainly look at what is the most cost-effective way to provide an effective preschool. Always looking at that, year to year and about how we do that. Preschool is, and I would say the same thing, that preschool is so important to a child's education that it's certainly a great investment for the board. We just want to make sure every investment is as good as we can make it, so.
I have a question in terms of, and maybe this isn't information that's known at the time, which is fine. Of the 225-ish students that enter preschool, do you know how many transfer into our elementary schools? Is it 90%, 80%, 100%? Or is there a large sum of that group that is choosing some alternate school or homeschool option, open enrollment option, voucher option? Any idea in terms, is that data readily available, or?
Yes, we would be able, it'd take a little more research, but yes, we
Yeah.
should be able to get a number for people.
And it's a good investment investment no matter if you go to Middletown City Schools or not. It's not a,
Yeah.
but as we make economic decisions based on our books, then it's important to understand too, how that might play into the decision.
So where you asked that question, we had that conversation today. It's a little deeper dig, dive to get that information than this, but we did talk about that. Just curious of where those kids are ending up. Hopefully they're all Middletown kids, but we probably know there's some kids going other places, and you know, we want families to do what's best for them. But hopefully, as we continue down this road, they want to be Middletown City School. That's our goal.
So the preschool's not an open enroll situation, so they are residents. On the rare occasion, we will, through Head Start or another program, we will end up with a student that might be from a surrounding area because there might not be a placement for them, especially in the special ed field. That doesn't happen that often. When I asked that question, they said rarely does that happen, but sometimes, but most often they're all residential students. I would think the number would be high, because most of our private schools have preschools also. So they would kind of continue on that path. So it would be interesting to see.
Yeah,
But I
just
do-
curious.
Yeah.
And if it is high, then maybe it's a good indicator too, that once our kids enter our preschool, then it shows that it's a natural progression into our elementary schools too. So there's value in that.
Absolutely.
Will the new preschool be able to have more students than the old preschool? Visit the facility itself?
I don't have a direct answer for that.
Okay.
I haven't been in it yet. They were working on, I went over there and they were working, I couldn't get in, because I'm right over there all the time. But I can find that out.
Okay.
Make sure.
That's a great question too.
Yeah.
It's like, what is our capacity
Yeah.
for more students and then how
Can we afford,
Yeah.
can we afford more students?
Right.
I hate to do this, but could I ask for the information again? Mr. Moore's enjoying my.
Yeah, my short-term memory, I don't even remember.
I think I did.
You did motion?
And
And
then I
who was the
think,
second?
Mrs.
Julie.
Baker.
I
I
second.
got Mrs. Baker, believe it or not.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm ready for the vote.
Yeah, any other questions prior to voting? Then we're ready to vote.
Mrs. Schreiber?
Yes.
Mrs. Baker?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter?
Yes.
Dr. Bristow?
Yes. And I do appreciate you diving in and giving us more information regarding it. And do appreciate, would be interested to know what, because it looks like it's increased of around $700,000 over the last few years.
Yeah.
I mean, my thought is everything's went up, but why? I want to know why. So we're trying to find that out.
And I appreciate those questions because until we dig in, it's hard to get to know a district really well. So it was a great conversation having members today just talking about preschool and, you know, what we know and what we would like to know and things. So, yeah, please keep the questions coming because that helps us learn and grow.
All right. Under human resources, there's a job description, read only. Any questions? There's two of those actually. So no motion needed. Any discussion regarding, it's the supplemental instructor position, providing targeted reading and mathematics intervention services to eligible students. Questions regarding?
I'll give you a little background. I
Please.
think, what I've understood, I'm learning on some of these things. So that was the old tutor description. We had to make some adjustments, title and duties to meet state guidelines from the improvement grant. So that's what that one was, the first one. And then if you want to go to the second one,
Yeah, please.
various teacher leader, same thing. We had to adjust some wording, just a couple words to fit a grant. So it's a benefit to us, but that's what that's about. So nothing really
Substantive
pressing.
change.
Changed the wording on the second one, working with students had to be in there, so we just changed that little wording and
We're compliant.
it's forced, yes.
All right.
We want to be compliant.
If I'm reading this right, it brings us to district committee reports. Any committees, Mr. Card, I don't believe anybody has met since our last meeting.
And I need to get up to speed on the property naming rights committee with Pastor Farrell, I believe it is.
Yeah,
So I'll
it's only,
reach out.
that's kind of as needed.
Okay, yeah. I didn't-
There's a stadium, a road, something that comes up that there's
Okay.
discussion on.
That's what, I think I've met him, but I'm gonna give him a buzz here
Yeah.
this week or next week.
Have fun chatting
got pretty full, but, so we can sit down and just get to know one another, we have to have those conversations.
And I do know Ms. Baker and I serve on a city and district relations committee. It went kind of on hiatus towards the tail end of Superintendent Hauser and Mr. Bertram's tenure. It's always good to get around the table with our city leaders to kind of talk through some things. And so, once you're established, we'll kick that into gear. Brings us to Board of Education reports. Ms. Baker, that lead off.
I just want to wish everybody a good start to the year and a successful year.
Thank you. Mr. Moore?
I just wanted to welcome Mr. Card once again, Ms. Fairchild, and I think you're doing fine with that agenda. Give it some time. I don't know if I would remember those motions myself, so it's, but no, seems like it's been a long summer. I know that I didn't do anything exciting this summer, so I hope others have, but I can't believe that we're getting ready to start school, so I hope everyone's eager to come back, and again, just wanted to welcome both of you.
Yeah, I'd like to welcome all the ladies new enrolled, especially our new administration, and I'm looking forward to a brand new year, exciting things and that's going to happen. I know starting the end of this week and next week, we'll start getting kids in the classrooms, and I hope they have a great first day, take lots of pictures, and make sure they tag us in it so we can see the pictures coming up in the next couple of weeks. Make it a great school year. That's all.
I'd like to echo the same things, plus comment on a couple of topics from the invocation this morning. I thought there was a lot of pride in the room, especially when those 50% numbers came up. There was a lot of pride on a lot of teachers' faces, and I think that's important. I loved Mr. Card's comment about the people that you learn from are the way you will treat other people. I think that's very important. So if we have a model that we look up to and remember a lot, which I think most of us do, I hope we kind of echo that every single day. And your comment that every child in this school is somebody's baby. I think that's very important. And like you said, we can't do everything you want for your child all the time, but they are somebody's baby. I love that comment. So, thank you. And welcome. And just welcome to all. It's a shame, Ms. Fairchild, that I wasn't doing this meeting because I'm much pokier, and you and I would have fumbled our way through. If he wasn't here, we would have had a ball.
It's hard going last because it's just repetition. But again, welcome. Really excited. I hope you feel it. We've sat, some of us up here for quite some time, and each group has a new vibe, different ideas, different energy, and really excited about what you bring. And so, please, welcome. I enjoyed seeing our band march in today. The drummers are always so serious. Walking in, they were locked in. They didn't crack a smile. I was trying to get them eye contact to get a smile out of them. Did not work. And the cheerleaders, I got to meet freshman Kennedy. She was right next to me. It's nice to see our young people with energy, excitement with starting the year. And to your point, I remember a quote, like, I'm a part of all of that I've met, that who I am is a product of the people who have imprinted on me. And it's a great responsibility in education that you have that ability, that privilege to do that kind of work. And so, to our teachers, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, and know that you're going into our buildings to make great change. And so, welcome back. And to our young people, I enjoy graduation. You get to shake a bunch of hands. You get to see them at the end of the road. And last year at graduation, it felt really good. I look forward to this kind of period between now and graduation that we kind of start seeing those kinds of things develop. So, okay. Ms. Fairchild, anything to add tonight? Mr. Clark, anything to add tonight?
I just want to say thank you for making me feel so welcome, and what a great, from this morning, I haven't met the staff yet, but I have a great first impression. And I would like to say thank you to Mr. Park, because I thought the opening convocation was wonderful, and I felt that spirit, and he did an amazing job, so.
Well, I wanna.
What's your next performance?
I just talked with Maggie, and a lot of her people did a lot of the work behind the scenes, and
Yeah.
I just got out there and did my thing, which I always tell her I talk better than I write, so that's a good thing. You know, I would just like to say thank you as well. Been living in the community now about 2.5 weeks. Been a mini living in Middletown. We are excited. I've been a lot of places with Miss Maggie, but also other places around town. I go into my family went to Cracker Barrel one Saturday or Sunday morning. I don't remember what it was. And I don't know if they wonder if it was me. I saw a lot of people doing this. Is that the guy we saw all over the place? And but it's just been so welcoming. I've got to go not everywhere, but a lot of places. One great thing I want to just real quick say is I got to do a ride along with Horace Rhodes High School, and he was showing me everything, explaining, and all of a sudden he got a call. So we're flying through Middletown, and we're back in the woods looking for the bad guy. And I was like, it's a real ride along, so I got the real effect of it. So I texted my wife and my daughters. My wife knew I was going to ride along, my girls did, and I said, I'm in a police chase. And they're like, Daddy, what happened? They're chasing you. I said, I'm not bad. I don't do anything. But it was really good, and just it is prideful here. That's a great thing, and as we continue to learn about Middletown and do those things. As I've said all along, you'll see me in a lot of places. Because if you're going to do the job, you need to be invested in the community. You need to be invested in the kids and the staff. And I've been that way in my career, and that's not going to stop now as long as my leg and everything holds up. And I told them I'm moving. I'm not moving as fast as I usually do, but I'm moving. So just excited to get going and learning and doing positive work for Middleton and our kids and our staff. Just you come to a new place you don't know. And I found out real quick that there's great people here, not only adults, but the students today. Unbelievable. And you mentioned seeing the band and the choir. I will promise you, anytime we do something like that, kids will be involved. Because I think I said this morning, and I can't remember, I talked so much, I don't know what I said, but I can't talk about doing what's best for students and having the student voice, and then not living it and showing it when we do things. So we will continue to do that. They will be always at the forefront of doing things as long as I'm around. And we have great kids like that. It's easy. They kind of make me look bad. I'm like, so just exciting and ready to get going. I'm excited for kids to get here. That's what I like. So that's it.
And we appreciate that both of you chose to move to Middletown. It means a great deal that you're truly invested in our community. It's not one foot in. You're both feet in, so thank you for that. That being said, is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Oh, gosh.
Second.
All right, so did you get that? Ramsey Hunter first, and then Ms. Baker for the second. Yeah, they're ready to roll. Ready?
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter,
Yes.
Mrs. Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Moore,
Yes.
Mrs. Schreiber,
Yes.
Dr. Osa.
Yes. All right, we're adjourned. Have a good night.